Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be starting up a new series to where I just review and talk about anime that I've watched. So today I decided to review the first anime that I watched, and you might be familiar at least with the name or one of the characters because, well, the name is literally in my channel, Bagel or Bagel Gasai, doesn't really matter how you pronounce it, I don't think. But yeah, we are going to be reviewing The Future Diary. And as I said, this was the first anime that I watched, and it's what introduced me into the whole world of anime. On a side note, I will be covering how I got the origins of my name in a separate video. I don't know when I'm going to record that, but it is on the list of videos that I want to make. Anyways, one thing that I want to get into is the opener of The Future Diary. If you are one of those horrible people that just like to skip the openers for an anime, you cannot skip this one. You cannot hear the song and want to skip it. It is so good. So good. I had to go find the full version of the song and then add it to my playlist. It's such a banger of a song. And now, just starting the anime, it has a good start. It throws you in. You know what's going on around you. You know what's going on with the characters, at least as far as they want you to know. Like, it's easy to follow. You're not going to have trouble getting into it, starting to watch it. It's not slow. It throws you in, and you're captivated from the first episode. It's good. But there are some times that it feels a little bit rushed, though. It doesn't hurt the anime in any way, but you're just like, okay, can you like slow it down just a little bit? Like, I can follow, but it doesn't need to go this fast. So like, yeah, it feels rushed at times, but it doesn't really hurt the overall experience of the anime. The characters in the anime themselves are actually really interesting. A lot of them are not just static characters. A lot of them are actually growing characters. A lot of them change. A lot of them learn from their mistakes. And you feel connected to multiple different characters as the show progresses. It is really cool. There are times you're gonna love a character and then later on hate the character, and then again, later on, grow to love the character again. There's a lot of emotions, a lot of changing, and just, there's a lot that you will not expect coming from each individual character in this anime. It keeps you on your toes. You don't know what you're going to expect, and it works so well. However, there are some scenes between Yuno and Yuki that feel forced and just unnecessary. Because it's just, okay, first you were just killing somebody, and now you're being all lovey-dovey. Like, come on, man. But, you know, again, it really doesn't hurt the anime that much. It's just every once in a while, like, the relationship just feels rushed in the plot line. But again, it really doesn't matter. I guess you're gonna get that every now and then with anime. But overall, both characters are still very interesting, especially when Yuno goes all out yandere. Okay, it is some just amazing stuff to watch. Another thing I have to give this anime credit for is the interesting after-credit scenes. After every episode you watch, there is an after-credit scene that is typically, most of the time, funny. Like, sometimes at the end of the episode, you're going to be feeling pretty emotional because maybe a character you liked died, or whatever. After the credits, there's always an entertaining just skit going on, and it's supposed to like brighten the mood, and I just love that. It is great. Or there wasn't a single bad after credit scene, and there was some that actually gave you a little bit more lore about the characters that you wouldn't know if you didn't watch the after scenes credits, and it's pretty interesting. Now, unfortunately, here comes something bad that definitely lowers the score for me personally. Some of the antagonists are so interesting. They're so interesting, except a lot of them you only see for 1 or 2 episodes before they die. They get killed off, and you're like, I love this character so much. Why did they have to die so early? Like, if the anime was much longer and these villains had more screen time, I think that would only benefit the anime. I don't think it would hurt at all. Like, a lot more interactions with them. It just would have been much better, because some of them man, are they really fucking cool.
The name's Uryo Minane, kiddos, alias Knight. And if third was the appetizer, I'm the main course. Au revoir!
To be fair, a lot of the antagonists did make it to, you know, multiple episodes before they were died off. Like, that did have enough screen time, but there were a few that I just wanted to see more of. They were so interesting. And the one that you just saw is one that actually does, you know, survive throughout the whole show, or at least most of it. But there are still a few in there, such as the cult leader, whatever her name is. You only see her for 1 or 2 episodes before she's killed off. And it's just, she was such an interesting character. I wanted to see more. The plot twists in this anime are absolutely fantastic. They're hard hitters that you would not suspect coming, because it starts to take a more supernatural route and a very specific route that you wouldn't think of, but whenever it hits you, you're like, okay, this is making sense. This is all starting to add up. Like, it is so well done. For an example, when they reveal that Yuno is actually not from the same, how do you explain it? The same universe? Like, the characters basically learn that she was already in a part of this game. She won the game and then reverted it back to how it was so she can partake in it again. Like, it's so weird, but the whole anime was building up towards that. You wouldn't suspect it, but when they hit you with it, you're like, okay, this makes sense. Now I'm gonna have to touch up on the ending a little bit. The ending is interesting, like they kind of leave you on a cliffhanger, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I feel like they could have ended it better, but they definitely could have ended it way worse. So, like, it's a satisfying ending, but it's not a perfect ending by any means. Overall, I think this anime is really good. The characters are definitely interesting. A wide cast of characters grow, and you feel emotionally attached to a bunch of them, and you start to understand their backstory and why they do the things that they do, and it's just really great. The action is great, the storytelling is great, although at some points it feels rushed, but it doesn't really hurt the story any. Yeah, it's just, it's great. I do recommend it for a lot of people, especially for people that are just getting into anime. Like, if there is an anime that you're trying to recommend to someone who has never watched anime, I feel like this is a really good introduction for them. It's not too long, not too complicated for them to understand, yet not so simple that they get bored and just drop in immediately. Like, it is very interesting for people of all sides of different, you know, interests, especially with like, there's just so much packed into this anime. There's mystery, there's romance, there's relationship, there's drama, there's action, there's a little bit of horror, I would say. Like, it's got everything you would want in an anime. Like, it's really good. But I gotta say, man, I just personally think it needs to be longer. We have to have more character screen time because a lot of them die off really quickly, and it just needs to be longer, in my opinion. So my final score, I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of 10. So that is my final score of The Future Diary. Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? Let me know down in the comments. Or you could just, you know, recommend me some anime, because I'm always looking for some recommendations. I'm currently watching ReZero Season 2. I'm watching the dubbed version, so I'm kind of behind because, you know, not every dubbed episode is out right now. But yeah, that's what I'm currently watching. I'm liking it, and I do plan on reviewing both Season 1 and 2 of ReZero, and maybe even the movie. I haven't watched the movie yet either, so yeah. Recommend me some anime. Let me know what you thought about this video, if you agreed or disagreed, and yeah, watch out for spoilers as well, but I'm guessing everyone here has probably watched it. If not, and you skipped to my final score, stay away from the comments, okay? I'm just saying. Anyways, this is Bagel Gasai, and signing out.
I'm out. Later.
Life is moving by, but I can't keep from asking why.